I'm all for being controversial. I'm all for being controversial. But right off the bat, I've got to tell you something. I think Tucker Carlson has lost his mind. I think he's lost his mind. Vic Ramaswamy has no idea what he's doing. The Democrats don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows it. I mean, nobody knows. I'm seeing such stupid, unforced errors here. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I don't understand what it is. And I know people are in this world where they're kind of in a, I guess, this sense of let's be just, oh, I don't know. Let's be troll like, as it were. Let's do that. Let's do that. You know what I mean? But I've got to tell you something, my friends. And I mean this sincerely. You don't understand something. Everything I think is based on politically on strategy, not on me being a nice guy or a gentleman or anything like that. It's about strategy. And it's about getting to the point where people just don't seem to understand strategy anymore. They just don't get it. And what they don't understand, and what I don't think they grasp, is that something may kind of make sense to folks. You might get a kick out of it. But Tucker talking to people who are making these allegations after the fact about Obama and drug use and whatever, it's stupid. All you're going to be doing is you're going to be picking up numbers, but whatever credibility you think you want in the trajectory, you're killing yourself. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? I don't understand this. I don't get it. But children today will say, "Wow, look at the people who Andrew Tate, Dave Portnoy, and now this guy who claims to have had sex with Obama in '99 and drugs. Why? Do you have no sense of not decency, but perspective? What are you doing? What do you think you're going to accomplish from that? What? And if you're trying to expect anybody to understand it in your mind, because they're not going to get it, because people today are trolls. They're children. They're petulant children. They love this nasty, dirty stuff. They have no sense of strategy. None. None of it makes any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. I don't understand it. And Ramaswamy has got to check better the people he's talking to. Let me tell you what these people do. What they do is they come along and they say, "Oh, you were on this guy's show? You were on this guy's show? Well, this guy's an anti-Semite or a homophobe or some pederast or catamite or whatever that. Who knows what they say?" And Ramaswamy is going to say, but I didn't say that. It doesn't matter. Don't you understand? Don't you know what they do to Alex Jones or this one? Don't you know how look? If you don't mind playing by the rules today, that's fine. I'm telling you, you have to. The coast is not clear. The coast is not clear. They don't care who you are. They want to bring you down, and they want to use it by virtue of, and they have teams of people. You don't understand this. Teams of people who will just remain. They will unleash these folks. Now, what I think in the real world, so what? Who cares? But that's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. And there are people, I'm telling you, they're on these shows and they do their own platform and they're thinking, do you know what's happening? Do you know what you're saying about? And it's not that I disagree or agree one way or the other. It has nothing to do with that. But do you know what you're saying about Ukraine? Let me ask you a question. Do you think the shadow government, the overarching globalists are going to allow you to say basically that Putin's a hero, Zelensky's bad, NATO's terrible? And I mean, do you are you out of your mind? Do you understand how this thing even works? Let me stop right there. Let me stop for just 1 second. Because I don't I don't even know who I'm telling this to. I don't know if nobody's listening to me, because what I'm telling you is going to ruin people's time, because you, the consumer of this, are going to say, I don't give a damn whether they cut this guy's show or deplatform or whatever. Who cares? I'll go to someplace else. I don't blame you. But these morons, these moroons, these poltroons, these bladderoons, these jadrules don't understand. You're being set up. And Tucker better, well, he's in a different story, different plane altogether. Let me stop you right there. First, let me thank you for being a part of this, for joining us again. Let me also thank you for paying attention, for liking the videos, for subscribing, for hitting that bell. And today I was watching something, my friends, about the minimum number of substations, power substations, that you would need to take out, it's like 9 or 10, with malware, and some low orbital EMP, 9 to 10 critical substation, that's it. And when it starts, it all starts just going nuts. And people are going to go crazy, and they're going to go weird, and you know it. And you don't need me. You don't need me to tell you. And you can guess all you want. You think it's the Russians? Fine. You think it's the Chinese? Fine. You think we can think whatever. Inside job, false flag, but whatever you want. I don't care about that. Look at me. I'm telling you right now. More people realize, they understand, I got it. We've got to start storing food now, but not on our own, not taking sandwich bags and putting banana chips in there, or taking NEM stewed prunes and putting them in the larder in the cupboard. No. You're talking about being able to go 90 days, 3 months per person in the household, 2,000 calories a day, variety, so you don't lose your mind, easy to prepare, resealable, reusable, stackable, 120 pounds of food, airtight, watertight, modular stacking. Where are you going to get that? Preparewithlionel.com. That's where you get it. It's here. Preparewithlionel.com. You can't, this is the best. Look at this. Preparewithlionel.com. There is nothing that is so obvious. Certain things like, well, you might need that. Well, maybe one day. Well, this is a gimme. And if it's not weather, if it's not torrential downpour, if it's not some disaster, one little hiccup in the supply chain, and it's over. Stores closed, no food, and chaos. Preparewithlionel.com. That's simple, my friends. That's simple. I know things are going to happen right now. Oh my God. You want to hear some other stuff? And then we'll get back to Tucker in a moment. Wait till you see the health trajectory. This is what I would love. And this is really sad. This is so sad. And we'll get to this in a moment. But I would love, and I say love, not love because I like this in any way, but I would like very much to see this. Wait a minute. Sparky says, what's the deal with Vivek appearing as a random questioner along with Booty Giggity Giggity at a town hall several presidential elections ago? Is Vivek establishment groomed? I saw the clip on Sabby Sab show. Well, it wasn't the most phenomenally great of questions, Sparky. It was okay. Vivek is schmaltz. Vivek, I don't trust him for a moment. Do you not see? This is about Vivek. Excuse me. Vic. It's about Vic. He doesn't want to be president. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. He's the issue du jour. You got that one? That's what everybody loves. He's the issue du jour, kids. And I am telling you, believe me when I tell you this, that is exactly what's happening. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is exactly what I'm telling you. And I'm not a fool. I know this. I understand it. I get it. Remember Alan Keyes, Gary Bauer? No, I do. It was about their name. Chris Christie, to get his name out. to make money on these. You can make a fortune being one of these, commentators or whatever it is. Anyway, but I was saying, and by the way, Sparky, thank you. You know what I was thinking? I want to see long-term studies in terms of childhood obesity, fatty streaks in kids. I was reading something the other day about fatty streaks are finding in kids now precursors to atherosclerosis in children. In children. And also I want to see the long-term studies of what this hardcore supercharged THC weed is going to do to people. I'm dying to see this. I'm dying to see. But let's go through a few things. Tucker, you're a schmuck. Why are you doing this? Nobody's going to want to have anything to do with you. You're not going to be taken seriously. Are you going to talk to anybody? I'm not saying this feller's making this up. I'm not saying anything even remotely like this. But why in the name of God are you talking to the guy? Look, do me a favor. Spend 5 minutes, look at him, listen to him, and you ask your question. And Tucker's smiling like, you, yeah? Because Tucker's like this snickering. There's another word that sounds like another word, which I'm not going to say. This is how paranoid we are. He's this chortling, he's just this Eddie Haskell, smart alecky, not really there. He's a child. He's got so much potential talent. He's got nobody is reeling him in. Nobody is directing him. Nobody. Gonna say that to you. And it's sad because he could be doing so much. He could help us. That's number one. Next, I met you, Ramaswamy. The J6 sentencing. See this guy, 22 years, whatever? Come on, please. This is the most ridiculous thing. This is what sedition. Remember I told you seditious conspiracy? I told you what this was. I told you. This is a very serious stuff. And now they're begging for mercy. Okay, fine, I understand this. But 22 years, please. Next, Joe Biden is demented. You probably didn't know that. Did you know that? Listen to this story. This is incredible. Former Senator Dennis DeConcini, actually pronounced DeConcini, told NBC that Biden, 80, is too old for re-election. DeConcini said, quote, Democrats just don't have any choice. And it's so difficult. DeConcini served from 77 to 95. He's from Arizona, Democrat. And he said his viewpoint basically reiterates what everybody else is saying because they're freaked out about Biden. He says that I guess Democrats are just stuck with him. They're just stuck with him. Listen to this. He says he's too old. So am I. This is a DeConcini quote. What I tell people is in comparison to Trump, he's a decent guy. He may be too old and stumble a little bit. The problem, in my opinion, is the Democrats really have a problem if he didn't run because Kamala Harris, I don't think she could be elected. You don't think? She's unlikable. She's unlistenable. She's unelectable. Now, Michelle Goldberg, who's a New York Times columnist, according to Fox News, wrote that Biden, upon becoming president after the 81 million votes, was too advanced in age to run for re-election in 2024. Adding that, ready? He seemed too old and unfocused. Don't you remember Corn Pop? Corn Pop's a bad dude, man. Then he was just merely demented at the time. She writes further, by the time he finally achieved the office he longed for, he was far past his prime. And she says, quote, nevertheless, I hope he doesn't run again because he's too old. I like this guy, Mark Leibovich from The Atlantic. He says, let me put it bluntly. Joe Biden should not run for re-election in 2024. He's too old. This is according to Fox. Quote, as a point of professional comparison, Biden would be enjoying his 15th year of retirement if he spent his career as a commercial airline pilot, or his 24th year if he had been an air traffic controller. There's a reason the FAA maintains compulsory departure times for these positions, 65 for pilots and 56 for controllers. These are life and death tasks that demand peak stamina and mental acuity. The pressure can be crushing. Burnout is rampant, and no one wants to see Grandpa in the damn cockpit. I like this one. There's this woman that's cited, Katiana Katila of New Jersey. I guess she says she'll vote for Biden if no better alternative emerges. Quote, but if another candidate comes up who's actually younger, understands what the country needs, and just seems like a better candidate, then I would vote for that candidate. She's going to vote for Biden. They're still going to vote for Biden. This is the most incredible thing in the world. I don't even know what to tell you. It's just incredible. Listen to this. Remember what I told you this. Within a short amount of time in April, when Biden announced his campaign, let me see, shortly his campaign initiated a national advisory board, which was made up of certain Democrats who were perceived as potential candidates themselves. Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker, Governor Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania. Newsom has been and is regarded, I'm telling you, as the potential alternative. And additionally, Gretchen Whitmer. This is according to NBC. Who told you about Gretchen Whitmer? Me. Who told you about Gretchen Whitmer from the beginning? Me. Anyway, so there you go with that. So this is, I mean, it's really no news. I've been telling you this forever. And there's nothing really that, I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious to any of us. And we're saying all this stuff, and we're saying we're talking nonsense, and there's books about Biden and this and that. The bottom line is simply this: he's going to be relieved. It's going to be Gavin Newsom. Question is when. And what the Republicans should be doing is telling people immediately, just saying as though it's true. Do you understand this? Does this make sense to you? I hope it does. I hope it does. I hope it truly, truly does, which is very, very important. Very, very important. Now, my friends, I'm going to talk to you about another thing, too. Our great friends at My Patriot Supply. Somebody told me, was it today, that our great buddy, Mr. Mike Lindell, that he was on other, did I hear DNC and CNN and other channels as well? I love that. It's a great story, great products, great pillows and slippers and everything you can imagine. And they went after him because he dared to believe or utter a statement regarding President Trump. Now, I'm not telling you should buy his products because of that. I'm telling you they happen to be the best on the market, period, bar none. But this is what we're talking about here. This is the sheer lunacy of this. This is the incomprehensible, this draconian horror show that we have to deal with. Go right now, right this moment. Go to mypillow.com/Lionel, promo code Lionel, and get a free gift. Free gift. Peruse the fare, as it were. mypillow.com. Great, great, great Americans. God bless them. Thank you so much for that. Now, my friends, we've got so much to talk about. Here comes Sparky. Sparky says the establishment is setting up people to populate the next Trump administration, to once again sabotage it from the inside as a failsafe for their plans preventing its election. It worked last time. Well, I would tell you it's an excellent point, Sparky. To populate the next Trump administration, if Trump has a better means of vetting, yes. No, that will not happen. If that is true. But nonetheless, it's very critical, extremely critical, Sparky, that we understand right now that President Trump is still the best choice available. He's the best. I told you, he's the fecal transplant of, I'm not going to go through that analogy again. I got to tell you something. I'm going to say something to you right now that is so sacrilegious. It's heresy. You will not believe I'm even saying this. I was listening today to an old interview with Andrew Breitbart and Peter Robinson from Uncommon Knowledge. Andrew Breitbart is an anachronism. It made sense then. And his acolytes are speaking in terms that don't make any sense. I want you to understand something. Stop saying there's conservatives. We're in a war right now. We are in a war for our country, for our republic. And I don't give a damn what you call these people. This is so stupid. Well, I realized in the old days that the radical left, the liberal left, the limousine liberals, the Chardonnay. What are you talking about? How many of you, dear people, still believe? Do you believe that there are liberals anymore? They're not liberals. The Democrats are not in control of anything. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? These aren't liberals. The Rush Limbaugh world is over. Talk radio is over. That's nice. That's nicey talk. It's a distraction. They don't get it. They don't understand it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, dear friends? Does this make sense to you? They don't understand what's happening. I'm telling you. I'm listening to this Andrew Breitbart. He says, and when I was at Tulane, I realized that these radical left, the Marxists, I go, what? This is the most namby-pamby. I'm in it for a very simple reason. We've got these folks. In World War II, when they went over there to fight fascism, whether it was Hitler, Mussolini, or Hirohito, whoever it was, nobody sat back and said, I think we have to do something about the fascists and the totalitarians. No, he's the enemy. Nobody even thought about this. Now, what are we fighting for? We're fighting that guy. That's what we're doing. What are we talking about? I'm trying to save the country. The patient is dying. The patient has C. diff. The patient is a stage 4. This is serious. I'm not going to sit around and talk about the philosophy of medicine and the policy and Rush Limbaugh. Is this or the Barry Goldwater? What are people even talking about? We are in a fight for our lives. And I'm going to say this to you like I say it all the time. Donald Trump. Is he a conservative? No. Is he religious? No. Is he pro-life? I guess. I don't know. He's the only person who can go after it, who wants to do it. Let me explain something to you. If you've ever seen a dog that has an instinct, we were in an elevator with a bird dog, one of these pointers, and this dog has an instinct for rats and birds and just goes after them. Now, I don't think this is the best dog in the city, but whatever, I know. Anyway, and we're talking about the ethology and the behavior of the dog. And there are other dogs, too, that are very, very protective, and they're wonderful. Cane Corsos, I think, are my favorite. They're just big, and they're then there's others, these wolfhounds that go after, that protect the cattle from a wolf attacks. And oh my God! And anyway, these are the most wonderful things in the world. And you know why they're so good? I'll tell you why. Because they want to protect you, not because it loves you. Not because it's trained to. You don't train these dogs to protect the perimeter. There's this one dog, I forget the name of it. It goes around big property, just makes this noise. Tells people, I'm here. This is mine. You don't have to train him. He just does that. That's Trump. Trump is trained. He just goes out. You ever seen those YouTube ads for those dogs, that rat terriers, that go after, and the mink, they go after rats? Have you seen this? Oh my God. The minks go after rats. Dear God, it's like, just, you've got to see this. That's Trump. Trump is in this mentality. Trump thinks like this. Trump, you can't make him stop doing this. Vic Ramaswamy is a little boy. He's just this kid he's smart kid who smiles, and he's a tech wizard, and this is cool, and I'm smart, and I went all these degrees, and they love me. Have you seen these people still peddling this? They're still doing it. Hey, we exposed the Hunter Biden laptop from hell. It's over with. Yeah, I know, but isn't it cool how great we are? We did this. Yeah, we did this. I'm pretty cool. Nothing happened. Yeah, I know, but nothing happened. What is the matter with you people? What do you think Vic Ramaswamy is going to be able? They'll eat him alive. Chris Christie doesn't want to do it. Nikki Haley, they scream at her. Are you kidding? No, Nikki Haley's going to prove something to you. She's tough. By God, you're not going to put her out. She's a tough name. Trump is just like this. He's just waiting. He is just waiting. He can't wait to get out of that cage. Let me at them. Trump is saying to you, I'm so pissed off. You don't know. Let me at him. Just watch me this. I know so much. I'm not going to be the nice guy now. Remember, he let Hillary go. He did. You listen to me. Now, do me a favor. I don't care how you look at things. It doesn't matter to me. You can think whatever you want. Stop listening to the wrong people. Stop laughing and joking and having fun. Isn't this great? There's some event coming up. Vic Ramaswamy is speaking. I was invited. I don't want to spend a minute with this guy. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to be a part of this ego trip. Hey, isn't he great? No, he's not great. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the balls to do this. He doesn't have it. He's not a killer. Do you understand that? There are people who are killing. Remember the old Rocky? Rocky's getting kind of soft. And you got Drago, I will destroy you. And then there's Mr. T and all that. Remember that one? They don't. Then there's, Carrie Lake. I'm Trump with heels. Has Trump given her the boot yet? Is she still living in Mar-a-Lago? These people don't have it. Trump is just, he's in that cage. He just wants to be let go. Let him go. And let me also tell you, to President Trump, you can do whatever you want. But if you don't have this election covered, if your GOP does not have every precinct covered and watched, you're wasting your time. Sparky says establishment is beginning to realize that their Ukraine project has failed, so mistakenly think they can get Trump on board with their China project. That's why DeSantis' PAC is switching to Trump. Now listen, establishment is beginning to realize that their Ukraine project has failed, so mistakenly think they can get Trump on board with their China project. Well, that's very interesting indeed. And I thank you for this, Sparky. First and foremost, everybody who knows immediately knew Ukraine is not going to win. Nobody cared about the Ukrainians. The people themselves, nobody. Zelensky was created by Kolomoisky. He was the pretend, whatever it is. He was I guess how many billions do you think he's got stored away? Is he going to live in Miami or Venice or Cyprus or where's that money? I mean, I hope they got a good bodyguard, because people like that, you know, these people are ruthless. They knew from the beginning. Does anybody think here that Trump was like Putin was like Trump. Putin went in there and said, I'm going to go in there slowly. They're going to negotiate. I'm not going to go in there. Putin's got more in reserves. I mean, if he wanted to say, all right, I'm going to open up, I'm going to just level Ukraine, he could do it. It'd be stupid. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't know what he was thinking. But you don't go into a war by saying, let's be a little, this isn't Georgia, part of the Budapest or the Budapest agreement or whatever it was. This is a different story. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if because what he was saying before was, I don't have to go in. Why do I send my men into the meat grinder? It's on my border. What am I going to go? Take all the time in the world you want. I don't care. I don't care. Putin said, your sanctions didn't hurt me. Nothing hurt me. I'm still here. They're still here. Everybody's still here. What do you want from me? What do you think is accomplished? Oh, we're going to get him. And Zelensky saying, excuse me, what about NATO? Pfft, get the hell out of here. No, you told me NATO. I told Georgia to remember Georgia and NATO. We changed our mind. Whatever. No, and Americans don't care about that. So the fact that they're going to get Trump on board, Trump knows what's going on. They know what's going on. This was all about pockets. Nobody thought for a moment. Kere's my thing. If I hear one more time, if somebody says, Trump's trying to reconsolidate the Soviet Union. What? Trump, keep saying Trump. Putin said, he says, anybody who doesn't have a soft spot in their heart for the Soviet Union, no, anybody who doesn't look back fondly at the Soviet Union doesn't have a heart. Anybody who wants to go back to it doesn't have a brain. So that's all. That's done. Americans don't have any clue whatsoever as to what Ukraine was about, where it was, what they did. Remember all of that stuff? The solidarity, and then there was the White House, and then this simulcast, and everything, and this, and the sanctions, and now it's like, who? What? We knew that was coming. Everybody knew that was coming. But listen to me and listen good. Somebody better get the word to President Trump and tell him, listen, if you don't have people, if you don't have lawyers and teams of lawyers standing by, ready to go, to verify every vote at every precinct, and you make us go through this again, we will never listen to you again. Got that? We will never listen to you ever again. This is it. And he's going to be, and I don't know, Trump is almost like, that's it. You understand it? That is it. So my friends, I thank you. I thank you for listening. I thank you, Sparky. I thank you for your incredible kindness. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. I mean that sincerely. I thank you for that. You're a good person, Spark. You're a good Spark. Oh, I forgot to ask you this question. This is my favorite. And I absolutely just love this. They were saying the other day, maybe we'll talk about it more tomorrow, but they were discussing that. I find this funny that they were going to suggest yet again that we should have some kind of a test of some sort, some type of test. A test. Oh, look at this. Sparky says, Trump should pick someone off the radar for VP. I recommend Lieutenant Colonel Allen West. No. Establishment Republicans gerrymandered him out of Congress, so he must have been doing something right. No. Nope. To be a VP, you've got to be somebody that is so special. So somebody who does not want any of the limelight, any of the tradition, any of this stuff. And You've got to pick somebody who is so special that they want to say it's 100% you. I don't want any. I'm gonna do no speak. Mike Pence was the perfect vice president before he went whatever, because Mike Pence was quiet. He just kept his mouth shut, and then Mike later on, wimped out and went crazy. That's the kind of guy you want. You don't want. And believe it or not, you know who else is damn good too? Carmelita Harris. And the reason why is because nobody ever wants anything. They're so afraid of her taking over, it almost ensures that nothing happens to Biden. And that's not an exaggeration. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. So that's an incredible thing. Now, we'll talk more about this notion about whether we should have this thing called cognitive tests and the like. I'm going to say this again. It is not that Joe Biden is old. Joe Biden is mentally infirm. That's the issue. All right, my friends? All right. Thank you. We love you. You are wonderful. You are the reason God made Oklahoma. I thank you for your time and your effort and your support. Please don't forget, like our video, subscribe to our channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And don't forget, my Patriot Supply, preparewithlionel.com. You heard it. And also our great friends at mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, get a free gift. All right, dear friends, we'll see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, 8 a.m. You are wonderful. Don't ever change it. I mean that sincerely. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dead.